All right, listen. I don't know if you all got an opportunity to check out Lovecraft Country on HBO. Okay, look, let's just get this straight right now. Throughout this video, I say Lovecraft Country, but it's Lovecraft Country. It's based on the writings of H.P. Lovecraft. You know I'm not re-recording this video. I just felt I need to get that out the way. Let's keep going. Just dropped this past Sunday. It's a show by Jordan Peele. A lot of people were looking forward to it. I was looking forward to it because I love his work behind the camera. Turns out he is actually ED, executive director, and not director, but his imprint shows on this show. Let me tell you, it is absolutely fantastic. I loved it. Now, I'm not gonna talk too much about what happens in this first episode because I'm going to assume you haven't seen it, and I want you to see it because I certainly hope we can get some conversation going on about this, because this thing is really, really good. Look, any good movie or any show, we all know, should make you feel something, right? It should have a bit of an immersion factor. If it's good, when it's done, you're gonna feel something, and you know it's hit its mark. Well, let me tell you something, my friends. Lovecraft Country does this spectacularly. The story build here is really fascinating. What I will tell you without spoiling anything is that you do have a young man that's looking for something. He's joined by his uncle, and he's also joined by a family friend, and they are always dealing with racism in the Jim Crow South. From that aspect, it's like a period piece because that is the time period that this show is set in. But there's also a fantasy element in this, and there's also a horror element in this as well. And that's not a spoiler. If you've seen the trailers, you know that. But the way, so here's the thing. This is what makes this show so good. The way that they weave the period piece, the fantasy, and the horror element together, it really gives it a unique feel. And when I talk about immersion, like, this is a show where you come home, you kick off your shoes if you wanted to get into something because the next day is Monday and you have to go to work and you just want to forget the world. This is a show that's going to give you that. And I love the fact that you cannot binge watch it, that you have to go back every week. I think HBO is very smart for doing that. And the way that they build this story, especially with the end of this first episode, they make you can't wait to come back and see what happens the next week. They do a really, really good job of it. The characters are interesting. They're built in such a way that you are already invested in them. You want to know what's going on with the different characters in the show. And you have the idea that while you know a little bit about them, there's so much more to unpack about all of these different characters that you see in the show. Even ones that are not main characters in the first episode, you get the idea that there's more going on there than meets the eye. And they craft the story so well that you cannot wait to find out more. But let's talk about the story build of this first episode and how well they give us an initial episode that pulls us in. Every part of this story is interesting, and the way that it ends will have your mouth open. It will have you salivating for the next episode. This show has major, major potential if the story build can maintain an interesting build as we move along. If they can keep the elements that we have in this first episode and build on those elements as we get subsequent stories as we move through the first season, then I think this show has major, major promise. I'm really excited about this. And as I said, I'm excited. I'm happy. I know some of you guys, some of the Darksiders, like shows that you can binge because you can get through it. I'm happy they're giving us one episode a week. I'm almost getting tired of binging stuff. I want something where you create a good story and you make me wait. Make me wait. I can't wait till next week to see the next episode. That's what Lovecraft Country does. It's really good. If you haven't seen it, HBO, 9 or 10 o'clock Sunday nights. Make sure that you check it out. Make sure that you check out the next videos on the channel. They're right there. I'll meet you there. Peace, Darksiders.